We're live, don't you worry. We're live, just sitting down here, getting into the back end of my channel, doing all the work I should have done 5 minutes ago, but, you know, me and Franny were hanging out with the squirrels. What can I tell you all, okay? It's a hot day, it's a nice day in Los Angeles, and I don't say that to rub it into anyone out there. It is what it is. We're having a good day. Yeah, so it's the Blathering Live here on a Saturday night. Good to be back here on what we call Silly Saturdays. But it's not necessarily a silly Saturday out in the world. And here's where we're at. Silly Saturdays, as you all know, if you long-time listeners, it was designed to just kind of, hey, let's just take an hour, or it's a sillier Saturday night show, and just turn off our brains from the rest of the world. That's still the goal tonight. This isn't a war show tonight. But with the news breaking yesterday of the United States and Israel striking Iran, and then Iran retaliated, and everything. I didn't even know the latest updates in the last hour. I've been watching the news all morning. That's there, and it's just a bummer. I have no intelligent take on it. I have no intelligent thoughts on force and regime change, and should that be a regime that we support anyways? I mean, Ukraine has come out in support of the strikes, and I support Ukraine. So it's complicated foreign policy that I certainly don't understand. I don't know if anyone in the White House understands it right now, but I just have to kind of like all of you. You watch, you hope, you pray, you think, you turn away when you need a break, and that's going to be what tonight is about. So, that's Silly Saturday. That's where we're at. Already some generous channel memberships donated from Kingsport Cal. Appreciate that. All the regulars checking in there. Physics buddy Joe, James Holmes in the UK. James Holmes says, woke take, maybe don't start World War III. Yeah, man. And it's I'll talk a little bit about that just from my Gen X point of view. Grew up in this height of the Cold War kind of era where we would do the nuclear bomb drills, hide under the table, and die happy. I don't know. You looking back, you're like, I guess they had to do something legally. I also lived in a town, Central Coast of California, and there is, I don't know if it's still active. There's a nuclear power plant there, Diablo Canyon, and 2 nuclear reactors there, I think. Been there. Yeah, that tracks. So we also had to practice evacuations for that should something happen there, Chernobyl-like. This was that era, or should our enemies strike us there? That was something I grew up with, as did a lot of my age group. Or if you're a little bit older, like Laserbolt, Laserbolt was probably like, get into the bunker. I bet Laserbolt still has a bunker. I'm kidding. I love you, Laserbolt. I want to go. Can I move into your bunker? But there was this thought in the back of my young head that you were terrified of this. Because you kind of had this like when not if vibe on the nuclear attack. But then nothing happens. The wall falls. I don't know what any of that means. I'm just watching Dennis Miller talk about it Saturday Night Live, and perestroika, glasnost, all these Gorbachev, all these things, all these words that are just Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan, like all these things from pop culture. That's how I got my news. And I hit my teens and nothing happened, right? So nothing happens. And, things are going on in the world, but you're not paying attention to it. So then you just kind of function under the idea of, like, we grew up with the thought of World War III about to break out, of nuclear war about to break out, and we got through it. It's a fun part of pop culture almost. Like, remember we had to do the drills. So I personally, when I see any kind of news like this, and this is not the first time, obviously, this past calendar year we've struck Iran. There's obviously a lot going on, always a lot going on in the world. I, for one, have felt that Putin, via way of Ukraine, has kind of maybe started World War III. But again, I'm not an expert. I'm not even going to make the dumb guy at the end of the bar joke. It's like, we didn't start the fire, man. This is a new chapter in a Billy Joel song we're all watching play out constantly. And we're all just holding on for dear life. The only thing I will say, and then we'll get to some Silly Saturday, I want to take your calls. Please call in. Let's have some fun. Producer Steve going to try to join later, and we're going to try to figure out which popes might have been aliens. which was supposed to be Thursday. Then I forgot because I'm an idiot. But I'll say this: when the news broke, I was tied up. I was working on something. Had put up my phone for a bit, and so came back to some news updates, and then I saw a headline again. I didn't even click beyond that because I think I was getting ready to get in my car and head home, and saw that China's moving aircraft carriers near the Middle East, and I just saw that, and I just had this flashback to like 1983, this flashback to the little kid panic of and I never thought in my lifetime that we'd realistically be on the door of World War III, because didn't we learn our goddamn lessons as a culture, as a world, as a globe? Like, wasn't that kind of the end of that? Oh, yes, there's been wars almost since the moment that war ended. We were moving things, and everything was already in place for Vietnam. Yeah. That's things you clue in earlier. But if you know what I mean, of just like the thought of World War III is almost this fantasy or this story that would never happen. And to watch the news yesterday, last night, and today, just be like, or by Sunday, it's hard to kind of reconcile for me. So, yep. So you all, if you want to talk about it, we can, but we don't need to. I think we can have a silly Saturday and all kind of agree that we're here to be plugged in the world, to care about the world, to try to make a difference in the world, but also need to relax for an hour and have some silliness. And I'll get to the comments. We've got a call coming in here shortly from Dr. Addy lined up first. Physics Buddy Show. I love this comment. Good news, everyone. The attack on Iran happened after the stock market closed on Friday, so the billionaires won't lose much money. Yep, exactly. Producer Steve says, are we averaging regime change? I can't say regime tonight. I'll tell you what it is. I got cotton mouths from some meds. Are we averaging a regime change a month this year? Pretty much. And James in the UK checking out. Thank you, James, for gifting the memberships earlier here tonight. If you want to call in the show, become a channel member. This is like live AM radio for a modern age. So call in. We'll talk about it. We'll have some fun. Let's get silly. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Be a channel member or Patreon support at patreon.com/Napzok. I will say this, as often as the last couple weeks, I've been wearing my DJ Bruja hat. Pick it up over on her Patreon page and website and all that kind of good stuff. Dorina's song, Sueño. I'm getting better at saying it. Sueño Americano. I'm getting there. Her and April have been teaching me how to say it. Shout out to the horror host. It was released last week, and I think I am proud to say that the radio debut of the song is tonight at 9 Pacific over on Hall of Fame Music Radio, hfmradio.com, all new pop rock and radio. Dorina's the second song out, so always proud of her and supporting her art. And in these times, art with a message is always a good thing. All right, so there we go. Laser Bolt says I'm going to need a bigger drink. Yeah, I'm not even drinking today. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. As my old English teacher said, and I'm sure he got it from somewhere, and I never knew the reference. But he always would say, I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. And as a kid, as a ninth grader, I thought that was the height of wit. So maybe that's it. All right, let's take a call. It's Silly Saturday. You can go where you want to go. Go where you want to go. Dr. Addy calling in. She's been calling in on Force Center. Great science segment last week. Dr. Addy, how are you?
I am doing well, Ken. How are you?
Yeah, I'm, good, right? It's like we're all in this weird spot
all things considered. All things considered.
Yeah, I got a night of activities planned. I get to go to an art exhibit tonight, and I'm excited. Yeah, ooh. But then it's like do you turn how far can you go to turn off your brain and just live? It's the question we're all dealing with.
Well, yeah, no, I went and had breakfast with a friend of mine this morning who I had not, despite the fact that we live approximately 20 minutes apart, I had not seen her in about a year.
Love that. I mean, I don't love that, but I love the reconnected. Yeah.
And so we went and had breakfast at a diner that neither of us had ever been to.
Love
and I got to have pancakes, which is one of my favorites because pancakes, for one, from scratch is like a near impossible thing to do unless you would like to eat pancakes for every meal until you die. Like,
which could be fast if you do that.
Which could be
right?
fast if you do that.
Yeah.
So that was very exciting. But all of that is to say, that's where I found out most of this was happening because, of course, the diner had TVs
on. Yeah.
That were just all of the news.
Yep.
And reruns of Home Improvement. One of the TVs was inexplicably playing reruns of the Tim Allen sitcom Home Improvement.
I in all seriousness, hopeful that what's happening right now over there in the Middle East does not spill too far out of what's going on. I'm hopeful. But should this become what all of us might fear, we're all going to have those memories of, I was having pancakes watching Home Improvement as World War III started. I was recording a podcast. I was doing this. Wow, what crazy memories.
It's funny because this is now the second Trump-related major news story that I have that's related to me eating somewhere. Because I was having tacos with a friend during the first assassination attempt.
So, are you a harbinger of news? I won't say good or bad. Are you just a harbinger of events? Should we track where you're eating? Is it related to style of restaurants, location? Is there some kind of triangulation going on with the energies, the ley lines, all these things? What do you think?
I don't think so. It was two different friends. It was two different restaurants. It was two different meals.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. So you might be it. You might be the center of it. If it's tacos or pancakes, we can't determine. It might be you. You are the ley line traveling around.
I don't like this. I don't like this realization I just came to.
Yeah. JMB in chat says clearly the solution for Addie is to stop eating. Ethan says no more pancakes. But again, if it's pancakes or tacos, what kind of pancakes did you have?
I had plain pancakes with a side of scrambled eggs. And I should say plain pancake. It was a single pancake.
But that's smart. Actually, that's smart. Now I'm not, this is not to start any debate on pancakes, because I'm not a huge pancake fan, though I did have some 2 weeks ago at IHOP. And I had blueberry pancakes. You get the plain pancake. What is the amount of syrup that you go in on?
There was no syrup. I eat them dry.
I'm gonna have to.
With a little bit of butter.
I'm gonna have a little bit of butter.
Yeah, there was butter. There was butter.
Oh, again, this is a judgment-free zone. I like cheese pizza. We all have it. Okay, we're not turning this into a bit.
Oh gosh. Sorry.
There's a second. There's a second screen on now. Yep.
That was me.
Did you just bring up a second camera, Addie, to shoot a pancake? Did we share a pancake?
No, I brought up for a silly something.
Okay.
But anyway, we're not done talking about my terrible taste in pancakes.
No. I want to be clear here. It's not terrible. In fact, you have some support in chat. Rads, no syrup, a ton of cinnamon from me. Osvetica says, yes, there are dozens of us. Dozens. Narcolepsy going the other direction. No, sir, this is not the sinful confession segment. I just have follow-up questions. And you answered the first one, the amount of butter. But you said you don't put a lot of butter.
No. There was a fair amount of butter. Okay. Because I was brought a fair amount of butter on the pancake. So I just sort of spread it around.
Okay. What do you feel this tells us about you? I want you to answer that question. I don't want us to analyze you. What does the plain pancake do for you?
So first of all, looking back on it, I don't know that I was offered syrup. I don't think there was any syrup on the plate or on the table.
I mean, what kind of diner is this? This is a fail of a diner. This diner might have failed us.
But I like no syrup. Even when it's available, not always, but I like no syrup I like to be able to taste the pancake or the waffle. Like, it has a taste.
Okay.
It's a good taste. Asked
and answered. I mean, again, I love cheese. I'm stumbling because I'm just trying to grasp. I love cheese pizza. I legitimately just love cheese. I love pepperoni. I love mushroom olive. I love pineapple and Canadian bacon. I love it all. But hand me a slice of cheese pizza, I'm good to go. And that absolutely upsets some folks, maybe even those in chat. So I'm no judgment. But also, I think that's a great answer. You like to taste the pancake and waffle. Therefore, ergo, what makes a good pancake or waffle for you in terms of taste?
It's gotta be, you have to use that vanilla extract, Ken. It's all about the vanilla. If you, and I will say, if it's a dry pancake or it doesn't have a good taste, I will add syrup. But like the waffle mix at Disney World is amazing and syrup isn't needed.
Oh, so this is one of those, you just haven't had a good pancake. Now, Ethan raises up a question here, or a statement raises a question, and I want to see if this factors into what you're talking about here. Ethan, Osvetnik1138, as we called him the other day, Ethnic, says, I'm not a fan of that food that is soggy. And so I can understand that, though I do. When I have pancakes, and again, I did not have them, it's been 10 years, I don't know. And then I went to IHOP meet a friend for lunch. I said, screw it, we're here, let me get some pancakes, nice blueberry pancakes. I put so much syrup on, and I continue to do it. I hold the syrup jar in one hand, and then just keep almost every bite to where the pancakes are almost nothing but syrup. And that, I can understand that being too much for people.
That's a lot of syrup.
It's a lot of syrup. I may have a problem the other direction. I may have a problem.
I'm just imagining, I'm imagining that scene from Elf where he's putting maple syrup on the spaghetti and then eating it.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, all right. Well, again, this is fascinating stuff. I love all of us. We're human beings with our own experiences, and I love, when those kind of collide with other folks out in the real world. What did your friend do? What did she do reacting to your non-syrup living, and what did she do?
If she noticed, she did not remark on it. She had a egg and cheese and ham breakfast sandwich on a plain bagel.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good choice. Yeah, I'm with Vermont Mike. Vermont Mike, we would have a great time at an IHOP. Syrup with my pancakes is pretty.
Well, Vermont Mike lives in Vermont, the syrup capital of the world.
Yeah. Oh, and a great question, regional question coming up from Physics Buddy Joe. Is it syrup or syrup? That sounds regional. I go syrup.
That does sound regional.
Yeah. What do you say?
I have never. It's always syrup to me.
And Scarlet Wolf saying syrup. Okay. Yeah. I mean, which is same. Okay.
I wonder if that's a West Coast, East Coast thing. Because Scarlet, Mando, aren't you from the West Coast?
Yeah, it might be. Syrup. Yeah, Physics Buddy Joe, sir, a lot of syrup. Detective McArsel, syrup. But he says it. Yeah, I won't get down. I won't get syrup. Mine can put it on pancakes. Man, good. That's what he says. All right, you brought art. What do we got here for Silly Saturday?
I brought you a game.
I love this. All right.
I brought you a game that I have failed miserably.
Okay.
But I brought you towns in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that I'd like you to try and pronounce.
Oh, wait. Okay. So wait. Okay. This is a trial run. This is great. But we are going to do, Jared told me about this.
Yes,
we are going to do this.
I told Jared we need to do this.
So here's this. Let's do this because you prepared some artwork. There's plenty enough towns to do many rounds of this, right? Correct?
Oh, absolutely. These are just probably some of the worst offenders.
This is a trial run then. Steve and I are going to compete in this, but we're going to do it drunk on buzzballs. We had talked about this.
We can save it for next. No, we can save it for next.
Okay, you want to save it? Let's save it. Let's save it. If you've got,
I can tell you an incredibly silly story about nuclear fallout shelters.
Yeah, we could do that. And then we're gonna have Ethan on with his breakfast food hot take, and I might keep you on for that one. What is your nuclear fallout story?
So my high school that I graduated from was built in the 1950s. So it was built with a nuclear fallout shelter in the basement.
Right.
And my junior or senior year, someone from the school paper went down there and took photos of it for either the paper or their photography class or something. The nuclear fallout shelter had a window in it.
Well, to where?
Like to the outside. You could look outside, which means it's a terrible nuclear fallout shelter.
Which means you can see it coming and things will get in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys practice getting in there?
No. I went to high school after the Cold War.
The scare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the main political crux of my childhood, which I would say is 9/11, didn't involve nuclear fallout shelters.
Yeah, other kinds of fears and problems, right?
Other kinds of fears, but and while there were drills to hide under your desk, it had nothing to do with nuclear bombs.
Yeah. What a time. What a time. Yes, no, we're still, yeah, exactly. All right, Ethan's got a breakfast hot take, but Addie, I'm going to keep you on for this one, and then we'll go to a call from Kingsport Cal. Just because, maybe, we might have a little debate show break out of breakfast talk here. Ethan Ozvetnik, a.k.a. Ethnic, how are you?
I'm doing good. Like I said, I think I could get on board with Ethnic.
Yeah, I think that's how nicknames come about. Detective McCarsell comes about because of that. But welcome. All right, you said you got a breakfast hot take. For those, some people popping in here, you're watching the Blathering Live Silly Saturdays. We're turning off our brains to turn away from the news just for about an hour here tonight. So we're talking about breakfast, the important things. But Ethan, what's your breakfast hot take?
Okay, I had a thought that maybe this would be better for confessions on Thursday, but
You're here now.
I'm here now. So I don't like breakfast cereal.
Okay.
I won't. Yeah, I can't stand it.
Explain. Does this have to do with this? So number one, this is the hot take. No on breakfast cereals. You said in chat that you do not like soggy food. Does this have to do with it? Yeah,
it's a big part of it.
So take me on the journey. And Addie, what do you feel about gut reaction on this take about breakfast cereal?
Sometimes I pour milk on my breakfast cereal and let it sit for a little while before I eat it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No,
right,
like
Ethan.
it's to the point where like if my wife is eating cereal, like I have to go to like the other room. Like
it offends you?
It's not that it offends me. It's that it hits like every single one of my like kind of noise kind of like tick kind of stuff.
All the neuro spicy stuff. It's a sound, it's a texture. It's okay. I get you.
It's every checkbox. And for me, like I also just feel like, eating cereal, you get every single annoying eating sound. You get chomping, you get smacking, you get slurping, you get clanging of the spoon, you get you get every single one.
Ethan,
can I
Addie, go ahead.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Please.
Do you like Rice Krispie treats?
No.
Yes.
No, not a fan.
Okay.
But then again, I'm not big on marshmallow either. So
fascinating.
Kind of, yeah.
Look,
I was the very, very, very extremely picky kid when I was a kid. I have grown up a lot since then. I will eat a lot of different things, and things that a lot of other people maybe think is not all that great. Like I'm a horse, like horseradish and like things like that. Some things that people aren't huge into, like I really like now, but.
Okay.
Mando, I'm not sure if I have misophonia or not. I would have to look it up and see exactly what that is.
You might have it. That means, I don't know at all. I have dealt with it and have friends with it, and I am the worst for it. So there was one time at Screen Junkies, I was in my office having cereal because they had free cereal in the kitchen, and all the sounds you described, I was doing tenfold because I'm just enjoying a bowl of cereal, which is one of my favorite meals. And one of my coworkers who has misophonia was like, finally just was like, turned around and started screaming at me. Absolutely.
Stop it. Yeah.
And she was like, Jesus, fuck that guy. And I was like, okay. And so I moved all my stuff to the movie fight studio, and that became my office for the entire last 6 months of my time there.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like me, like saying to my wife, listen, honey, I love that you love your cereal and everything. I just have to be in the other room, and explaining that saved us probably a lot of like therapy. Just to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the other room.
It's compromise. It's how you do this, how you function. So it's not so much the taste. Are there any cereals you can kind of get your mind around enjoying, or has it just been no cereal for a long time?
If I do have any sort of like cereal anything, it is definitely without the milk. When I was a kid, I was big into the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I wouldn't do it with milk.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
Yeah.
if I'm going to have breakfast, which frankly, I don't have breakfast very often. Usually
Right.
I'm out the
Okay.
door, like I might have a piece of toast. But if I'm going to go and like really do breakfast, I'm going to do breakfast. I'm going to do like waffles, pancakes, maybe make some cinnamon rolls.
And then
go
you
get a donut.
Yeah,
like
and you
something.
don't like syrup on your pancakes either. You're with Addie.
No,
I got
I
two
will
non-syrupers.
Yeah, I'll do either cinnamon and sugar or powdered sugar.
It's just extra calories.
Sure, I mean that's what's great about it, right? Isn't that what we like?
Ethan, I do have a follow-up question.
Okay.
Not
Go for it.
maybe you might like the extra calories. Society demands that I look a certain way.
Sure.
Ethan, when you say not with milk, are you just eating it dry, or are you one of those people who puts water on their cereal?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
What? Whoa!
Who does
hold
that?
on. What kind of monster is that? Who's putting water on their cereal?
I don't like cereal at all, but the idea of that is just, I mean, I understand why people have it with milk, but water, that just sounds...
I know of at least one person who eats it that way.
How much water?
I'm not sure. I don't actually know them.
You just know of them.
I know of them.
Just what oatmeal is?
We're gonna need to find out a little bit more on that.
The author John Green eats his cereal with water.
Well, the author John Green is.
I mean, I could tell you some stories about the Green brothers, but I didn't know that was going to be one of them. I needed to tell you. I love their work, by the way. That is that okay. All right, that threw me for a loop. I don't. Yeah. Physics buddy Joe calls it poverty cereal. Yeah, that might be kid afford. We might all be there. Good point. I am not opposed to reaching into a box of cereal and taking a handful of like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, honeycomb. Mark Ellis and I and Christian Ruvalcaba crushed a box of honeycomb in La Jolla about 2 or 3 years ago. Not a bowl, milks. We just community hand. We just all reached our hands in there all weekend long.
Well, there's a question, not for Ethan because he doesn't like cereal. What do you think is the best cereal to eat dry?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is up there. Cookie Crisp, honeycomb. Not the marshmallows, and I think there's too much going on in there. Little Captain Crunch. I like a Captain Crunch, but it hurts the top of my mouth, so maybe just a little handful here and there. I'll do that.
I've always been partial to Fruit Loops.
Yeah, oh, that's a good Apple Jacks. A dry Apple Jacks, good one too. Cookie Crisp. Thank you, Kyle. Yes, yeah, Apple Jacks one of my favorites. I think at one point we're gonna do the our version of the cereal Blathering ranked. All right, thank you both for
participating.
Well, you might be an impartial judge. Who knows? These are wonderfully, I wouldn't even call them hot takes. These are lived-in experiences and how you approach breakfast. So thank you, Addie.
Of course.
And thank you, Ethnic. We'll hear from you all later in the week, hopefully.
Sounds great. See you guys.
All right. Love the breakfast hot takes. We all got them there. Yeah. Kyle Harlow's right. Captain Crunch, a.k.a. Mini Razor Blades. That coating, the coating. Let's take a call from Kingsport Cal here. Kingsport Cal, welcome back to the show. It's been a bit, and I got a little story to tell you. But how are you? You're muted, Kingsport Cal. Caller, turn down your radio.
Hey, Ken,
there you go, buddy.
How you doing, Ken?
I'm hanging in there. I'm good. How are you? We're glad to have you back on the show.
I just wanted to check in, see what you was doing. I wanted to talk about something really quick.
Yeah.
But what do you got for me? You said you have something.
Yeah. I was hanging out with an old friend last night, catching up, and they were saying, they said something like they watch or listen to the Blathering, usually on the podcast version, and they were like, I was surprised, and they were like, oh yeah, I love Blathering, and I love the callers, and it's great, and and the first thing they said is like, I love Kingsport Cal, and they started when I hear, hey Ken, they start laughing. They're a big fan of your calls. So Cal, I wanted to let you know you have a fan.
Well, that feels pretty good. That feels. I'm not going to lie. That feels pretty good to know that one of your peers appreciates my drunken ramblings, calling you, talking to you. That feels.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about.
Okay.
Just for a second.
Okay.
I know it's Silly Saturday, but this is the last day of Black History Month.
It is.
And I gotta say, yes, it is. This is the 28th. This is the shortest month of the year, which is dedicated to African Americans.
Congratulations.
And
gave you the short.
yes. And of course, the rest of 11 months is all white. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
so is February.
I know. Even still, and this is why. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there are three things that I can think of that happened. This is the worst Black History Month that I think in record. Well, number one, Jesse Jackson died this month,
right?
Which is out of our control. You know, it's in God's hands.
Yeah.
And then second of all, Ken, okay, wait a minute. Oh yeah, the Donald Trump thing with the ape thing. I'm sure you've seen that.
Yep. The Obama stuff. Yep.
Yes, that happened. That happened in Black History Month.
Yeah.
Then, which I understand, I'm not trying to get into the whole controversy about Tourette syndrome and that whole thing.
Yeah.
But that happened.
The BAFTA debacle.
Yes.
Yep.
And not only did that man he was told that he didn't want, he was like, I'm going to have some ticks, and he's like, okay, we'll edit them out, and he had other ticks other than that one specific thing that happened.
Yes, he had some homophobic slurs that were taken out. Yes,
and he also cussed some people when they went up just involuntarily, and I almost said voluntary. Because of his condition.
Yep.
So that happened during the time for the Baptist wins that was significant for Black people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this Black History Month has not been that great.
No.
And you know what I mean? And
how do we now? March is Women's History Month, as Professor Addy reminds us. How can we make it up, Cal? Can we start a movement for a second month and a bonus month? How do we? Because you're listed. Yeah, a lot. That's a heavy month.
Well, I mean, I don't know what we could do. Well, I will say this: I didn't see a news story this year about some white teacher trying to make white students pick cotton to give them the experience of, you know what I'm saying?
Too far, right? Too far. Yeah.
Those stories happen. I can even go to where during Native Americans thing where they dress up as Indians, the stereotypical Native Americans, in their mind, and try to appropriate that shit. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you said.
At least that didn't happen. This Black, at least not to my knowledge, not made the news.
That we know of.
We know of, but I'm sure it's probably happened somewhere. Probably in Tennessee. But anyway.
Okay. No, it's great. No.
I just wanted to rant that out.
I appreciate it.
I don't think that was a lot of good things going on for this Black History Month. I think it feels almost weird that it's like every other Black History Month that I can remember in most recent years have been celebrated. Think people were talking about it, stuff. I didn't see none of that this year.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I understand why. But at the same time,
I agree that, and it's par for the course, I think, right now too. So we gotta do better here. That's right, Cal. We'll extend it here. We'll have March Women's History Month. We'll extend you here as always, and I want you to come share like you did last year. Highlights. You did a great job last year celebrating.
Yeah,
you've just been busy this month.
Yeah, I have been busy. There's some different things going on in my life at this point right now, Ken, which I'm fortunate for, and don't want to divulge too much.
You're fortunate for. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. I'm happy about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've got some changes going on
Good.
in the life of Cal.
Okay.
But
Wow.
I'm sorry. What?
Do we have a sandwich update? You getting that breakfast sandwich yet?
No, but the thing about that, like I told you, is that I've been going there when the wife is there. Okay.
The wife of the shopkeeper that you had a problem with. Okay.
And he knows this. He's known this. I don't know if you remember this, Kim, but that started in October. I went the whole month of October was my initial ban.
Right.
And then I did that, and then it kind of trickled into November. And then after that, I started going because I knew which car was his wife's car when she was there. And she knows. She knows now, and she gets it. But anyway, that's overdone. Okay. That's in the past.
That's in the past. The new Cal is getting a sandwich elsewhere.
In the past.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I've been getting a sandwich elsewhere. I've been doing it.
I think that's
not
good.
A sandwich. I want to clarify this because everybody thinks it's a sandwich. It's a breakfast biscuit. Okay. I only go there after work to get a biscuit. Okay. So I'm already cranky because I'm getting off work. And then this guy denies me a
biscuit.
Yes, thank you. And so, yes, it spiraled out of control. I didn't have that much self-control over that situation. I kind of let it get a little bit out of hand. Yes, but he was still wrong because the customer is always right, Ken, and you know this.
I mean, that statement comes from a larger thing that's often taken out of context, Cal. But I'm not. I'm here. I'm on your side. I am on your side when it comes to this breakfast biscuit debacle.
Here's the thing with that, I want to clarify that I did not do a Karen move. I did not do that. I simply asked that dude who I've been giving money to, helped him start when he started. I don't know if you chronicle this shit because I did when I talked to you about it. I talked to you about him getting the store, getting the chicken in, and I was like excited about that. And I'm I gave this guy money. All I did was ask him to make the biscuit the way I wanted it. In the layered the way I wanted it, and he refused to do it.
Here's what
be a sandwich.
I think in the hey, hold on. I think in the Blathering Discord, the Napzok Patreon page Discord, you need to put your recipe for a good breakfast biscuit, and then we all can make it and share in the joy, and then you know that your biscuit has brought joy.
It's not about the recipe, Ken. It's about the layers.
Oh, well, that sounds like a recipe. That sounds like a plan of attack for your breakfast biscuit.
Well, I guess so. I guess you're right. I wouldn't consider that a recipe because if I'm going to write a recipe, I'm talking about how you make sauces, what cheese you're using, what you're putting in for your biscuits, how long to make them. I'm talking about a recipe. So.
All right. If World War III doesn't wipe us off the map, Cal, I'm going to get over to Kingsport, and you're gonna all this is going to go into action, and we're going to document our breakfast.
You keep threatening me. If you come to Kingsport, I will take you to this place.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to go. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, sir, why didn't you make this man's biscuit the way he wanted his biscuit?
Film that shit and let you, so everybody else can see that I'm not a crazy person.
You're not a crazy person. You're not a crazy person. Cal, missed you. I'm glad you're back. I want to hear about these changes some other time. Appreciate you, okay?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I feel comfortable telling you about my changes, but they might be able to creep in through at some point.
Okay.
They might be able to creep in through because I can't keep anything from you, Ken. I got to tell you what's going on. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
I'm very open with my changes, but I keep some of them back. You know, I get you. I get you, Cal.
And I want to tell you this. Well, I got you, Ken.
Yeah, you do have me live on the air on the internet. Yeah.
Since well, I know you've seen the most recent Screen Junkies movie fights.
No, I have not. I have not.
I've not seen it, but I know you know that they're doing it. They
did it, and they didn't hire me to write it on a month in which I need all the money I can get to pay rent. It was great.
They got your girl Emma Fife employed.
She's one of the producers there. She's also like 7 months pregnant. Yeah, she's not to blame. She's great.
Well,
I love Emma
Fife. I'm saying she is a connection with you. I know you and friends with her. Reach out to her. Maybe if they do it again, tell them you want to do it.
Yeah. I haven't. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. What's your thoughts on? Did you bring it up for a reason? Now that you have me live on the internet.
Well, no, I'm just trying to tell you to reach out and see, because I like to see your movie fights. That's why I brought it up.
I don't want to be on movie fights. I don't want to be on movie fights. That doesn't pay much. I want to write it because that pays like half my rent.
Well, ask the V if you can be a writer. Well, you already said you're already done. You already.
I wrote the last one. I wrote the one they did the prior one.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Damn it, Ken. Anyway,
okay.
Well,
all right.
You see where I'm going with that.
I see where you're going. Let me get producer Steve on. Thank you, Cal. Good to have you back. Mysterious changes going on over there with Cal's life. Do you even want to guess, producer Steve? Welcome to the show.
Happy Saturday. I want Cal's top 3 Black History months.
I do.
All time.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
To know what those are. February
of 98, February 97. Yeah. Cal, work on that. Steve, you're here. I appreciate it. We're going to play a little game that we forgot on Thursday. I apologize profusely to you in Discord. You had prepared something, and I forgot it. But also, any thoughts on syrup, pancakes, waffles, cereal, water on cereal, anything thus far?
Yeah, lots. So it's syrup, like syrup, as in like syrup, like he's a knight.
Syrup, rise up. Yep. Okay.
Very pro breakfast. Breakfast cereal is basically one of my food groups.
Yep. Same. Same.
All kinds. I'm a sugary breakfast cereal kind of child in that regard. No, definitely not water. That's weird. Don't put water on your cereal.
Troubling. It's troubling.
Yeah.
It's troubling.
Milk. I'm not a milk purist. Like if you want to go 2%, 1% whole milk, do your thing.
Oat milk for me.
Just oat milk. Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
I'm just if you're like one of those raw milk people, I might judge you a bit.
Yeah. I mean? Well, you're also probably doing partial leg presses in your jeans and work boots. Can we figure out for the life of God how RFK Jr. feels this is normal to just continue to work out in your jeans? Yeah, I don't get it.
How was that work for as long as he's been
alive? And the amount of syrup on pancakes or waffles for you?
I would say average amount. I don't need too much. I don't like soggy food. I'm with Ethan on I don't like soggy food. Too much syrup makes stuff soggy quickly. But
yeah, true. Very true.
Addie talking about no syrup on the pancakes I'm a little worried about her. It's just that feels like you like depriving yourself of joy when you really don't have to.
Yeah. What's the Venn diagram like between soggy syrup pancake eaters and like overly greasy French fries? Because I love those. If my French fry goes and I can almost taste like I can do that to a French fry, I like it. Versus
no. French fries have to have crisp and
they have to have crunch. You gotta have a little crunch to it.
It has to. My French fry has to be erect. It has to be able to stand on its own. Damn it!
I like erect things, especially French fries. Yep, I got it. I'm there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I want my French fries to flop over like wilty roses. I'm just saying if you get them at the end there, I don't slurp them.
Eee. Boner fries. That's funny. No, but yeah, I have to have crispy French fries. But yeah, you're right. I think there is a pretty healthy Venn diagram. There's also the people who have a ton of maple syrup on their pancakes, Ken, are also the folks who have like way too much sauce on their pasta. You know what I mean? It's like it's more like they have pasta with their sauce than a sauce. You know what I mean? Complementing the pasta. The folks who overload the bagel with the cream cheese. That's
me. You are describing me. I'm taking I get those Hawaiian rolls and I put just butter on them and sometimes avocado oil butter, sometimes regular butter, and I go through canisters of butter so fast because the butter's like falling. So all right,
bagel for me is just a vessel for butter. I'm with you there.
Cream cheese for me. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Okay, moderation is key. Y'all, says Ethan. Nick, he's not wrong. All right, let's go ahead and do this Pope thing. I'm excited for this. Explain what we're doing.
So, yeah, we were talking about the prevalence of aliens and all of that kind of stuff as the big distraction of the week earlier in the week. And hey, now we're with Iran, but I know you covered that earlier. So one of the things that we were thinking about was if the Vatican's holding all of these alien artifacts and all of this knowledge about aliens, what are the chances, Ken, that the aliens have gotten inside the Vatican more than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah, I think this is possible. That it goes all the way to literally the top.
All the way to the top, to as close to the big man as you humanly can get. This could shake the very foundations of Catholicism, Christianity, all of the above.
Our beliefs. All of them.
All of it. Ken,
Okay.
these are the top 3 candidates for popes who may be aliens and why.
Okay. Let's do
Are
this.
you ready for number 3?
I'm ready for number 3.
Everyone's favorite recent pope, Pope Francis. Frankie is our number 3 most likely pope to be an alien. Ken, here is why. He said in 2014 in a sermon that if a green Martian man came from space and asked to be baptized, sorry, I had a long night at Chili's, Ken. He wouldn't say no.
Okay.
He's baptizing little green men from Mars, Ken. He's an alien.
Okay. I agree with this. And he recently passed after J.D. Vance met with him, right? So maybe he got called home. Maybe that it was time. The mission was over.
It's there's not a ton of record, Ken, of popes, talking about what very well may be their kind on record. And so this is one of those rare quotes that we have. But, we know Pope Francis was very pro-immigrant. Extraterrestrial immigrant is pretty, he's a man of his word. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he is.
Man of his word.
We like Pope Francis.
All right.
All right.
Our number two pope most likely to be an alien. Pope Paul VI.
Ooh.
Pope Paul VI was the pope back in the 1960s. Ken, he kind of looks like a vampire.
Does. Look at that hand signal for audio listeners. Go to the 47-minute mark. You know what's funny? You said 60s. I couldn't place. I can't remember because Pope John Paul the 6th, 7th, the one that was in the 80s. That's the one I was first aware of. This, and I was like, I looked at the photo and was like, that looks like a 1967 grain of stock of film.
Yeah, this guy, yeah. So, and this is very much on brand with the 60s. Pope Paul II sent a message to the Apollo 11 astronauts, Ken. So he is the only pope on record to have technically extraterrestrial communications, and what very well may be, I mean, we could ask Jerry about this, but those could be coded messages sitting on the moon from the Pope, awaiting further communication outward.
Okay. That's suspect.
Very suspect. I mean, no other popes have literally talked to space, so that puts him on the list.
High on the list. Okay. Number 1.
Number 1, and this is a slam dunk for me, but here we go. The number 1 pope most likely to be an alien. Pope Sylvester II. Ken. Yeah. Sylvester II. Look at that. Look at that happy face.
That's an alien.
That happy face.
That is an alien from Mars right there.
Come on. Sylvester II was in his prime back in 999 CE, Ken. He was considered a math genius back then, which means he could probably do like basic multiplication. I don't know. This was like the Middle Ages, so I don't know where we were on the math scale. But here's the thing, man. He owned a brazen head, which was supposedly a cast bronze skull that answered math questions yes or no.
What?
And this was consulted as a serious, arbiter of important information in the Catholic Church. He had a cast bronze head, a bronze skull that they taught. Think like Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple on Nickelodeon in the 90s. Like they went to that thing and said, what is the square root of 47? And it said no. And they're like, got it. Someone write that down.
Yeah.
Pope Sylvester II, most likely to be an alien.
And we just now I need to do the deep dive on Wikipedia and the internet on this guy's head. Like I absolutely need that. I need to know more about that. That is absolutely fantastic. That's like
a bronze skull that answers math questions yes or no is fantastic. That is that's amazing.
An ancient, 8-ball, that you shake up and get an answer. Yeah, that's an alien. That's great. So yeah, Addie's right. He had a crystal skull. He had an interdimensional being skull. We gotta look at that. All right, so I'm gonna answer super chat, but then I want to hear about your drunken night at Chili's, and then we'll round up the show here. The obscurest essayist Malcolm checking in says, "Hey, Ken, hope all's well. Consider how much your interests are broadcast to the world. How do you keep a sense of personal identity when so much of the online character Ken is based in reality?" That's a serious question and a good one for a Saturday night. I guess the way to describe it is I always just try to be in on the joke that this is entertainment. But the ability, it comes from, one of the things that all this comes from is I don't communicate well in real life. Off air, if you're hanging out with me, I'm usually quiet, or I'm known to go quiet. A lot of people don't know me. My nickname at one point at the mall was Asshole. When I first showed up to Collider and had transferred over from Screen Junkies or left Screen Junkies to go to Collider, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Ken's showing up. You're all going to love him." And then the people there, including Grace at the time, were like, "This guy's a dud. Like, this guy, he sulks around the office quiet, like hasn't said a word." So microphones are my only way to communicate with the world, though I'm getting better about doing that outside of microphones. So I think the balance, that's where I'm pulling from. And then the balance is to just know that I'm very serious about things here, but I am amping it all up. We're raising the stakes. I joke about the polo shirt thing. I legitimately do not like polo shirts. I legitimately think we should ban the polo shirt unless you're like The Rock or a Hemsworth, even if you're a cousin in the Hemsworth family. But also I don't care, and I own a polo shirt just in case I need one if I'm going to a golf course and they're like, "You need one." Like, that's the balance. And my audience buys in on the journey. And then we're all good. Does that make sense, Steve?
It makes perfect sense. I think we could do a quick I mean, not right now, obviously, but I think we could at least draft people who could wear polo shirts, because it does go beyond a little bit The Rock and golfing. Like Gosling can wear polo shirts. He looks great in a polo.
I think he got
Henry Cavill can wear polo shirts. I know I'm just doing like really attractive white guys. I promise
it's
I
really
could be more
attractive
diverse than that, but yeah.
It's really attractive buff dudes. I mean, I think that's what the polo shirts were made for. And I never attained that status, so maybe that's where
Idris Elba great in a polo, and Idris Elba probably looks better than anyone on the planet in a quarter zip.
Yeah,
tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. No, absolutely. I need a quarter zip. Yeah, I need some new. I loved when I switched to all black and t-shirts and keep it, but I have to go to like this art show tonight, and I've got like 3 possible things to wear.
For the love of God, please don't wear a t-shirt to the art show. Like, can't you just wear like a full button collared shirt, like something like that? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna switch.
Someone worked hard on that art, and they didn't want you to show up wearing your gym clothes.
It is, and this is not to lessen it, but it's the David Lynch art exhibit. So maybe the standards are a little different, but I'm still gonna, I got to dress to impress a little bit. Kyle Harlow says Michael B. Jordan is polo approved. All right, Steve, you're going to take us out with what the hell happened at Chili's?
So yeah, I got bit by the happy hour bug, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I do know.
And here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Condescending waiter guy. Like enough. Like, you're not funny. Like, the joke is funny at like, "Hey, how are you doing?" When he first introduce himself, he's living the dream. You're like, "Oh, ha ha," I get it.
Okay.
And then maybe there's one more joke, but then when I order a beer and he's like, "Oh, here's your water," and I'm like, "Oh, ha ha ha," what I mean? And then it's like now and then he says something else about like how boring the we get the chips and salsa instead of like something else with like other stuff and vanilla Steve,
jalapeno poppers or something. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just like, you know what, guy? Like, I'm so like now I'm having an adversarial relationship with my waiter. Ken.
Was he being? Hold on. Was he being too affable? Was it like the dude in Office Space, the one with all the flair? Ooh, copy. No. Is that or what energy?
No, it was opposite energy. It was the kid in class who didn't want to be at school and is like too smart to be here kind of thing, and like I hate my job, blah blah blah. It's like I don't like. It's funny. Once there's a bartender near our place that we go to really close nearby who's very much like this, and we always roll our eyes every time we get this bartender because it's just like I don't want to be I don't want the dude who's giving me service to hate what he does so much that he's like telling me about it every time we interact. Like, I get it, dude. You don't like your job. You don't have to say anything at all. Like, just don't say anything.
But is it like Is that part of the atmosphere? It's a Chili's, so it's not. I know there's those restaurants where the gimmick is the waiters are mean to you.
Right.
That's not the case. It's a
No.
natural mean. It's a natural.
Right.
He's disappointed.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I understand like but dog, I'm dealing with 2 kids. Okay, I'm 3 tall beers deep. I don't need your smart ass likeness like while I'm trying to decide with the wife if we're getting dessert after I'm already like God knows probably $100 up to a bill at this point because the fucking Chili's because it's 2026. Thanks Donald Trump. And you know whatever happened to a 2 for $20, but
it's
gone.
Like it's like a 2 for 42 now. Yeah, probably a 2 for 47.
So yeah, you're looking at the kids menu for the dessert, like, oh hey, so the baby's gonna get to the dessert, and then me and the wife split it, and the little kid's looking at us like, you bastard.
So okay, how drunk did you get there?
Enough to the point where I was like ready to give my waiter a little bit of lip back, and he kind of like realized a little bit that he was getting a little too spicy.
Okay,
and I think he kind of turned it down there by the end and was trying to be helpful, but he called my beer water 3 times. Ken, he told us after again the living the dream joke at the start, he was kind of it was like he did the whole thing where he's like looking at my wife and then making fun of me kind of thing where it's like, I'm gonna pick up. Oh yeah, it was me, the wife, the family, like it was the whole thing. So it's like, oh, let's pick on dad. That whole energy.
Oh, you go after dad. Oh, okay, I thought you had like a boys' night out at Chili's, which is just heaven.
No.
Family night out at Chili's is good. So you didn't get hammered at Chili's. You just had issues at Chili's.
Mrs. Producer Steve drove home.
Oh, nice. Kingsport. Okay, hold on. We're gonna end this show soon because I have a doorbell that's gonna ring soon. Okay, so but Kingsport Cal has asked to address the issue with waiters and bartenders with you here. So let's see how this goes. Kingsport Cal back on the show. Okay. Kingsport Cal, what do you got?
Well, I just want to say, as a person who worked in the restaurant industry for 17, almost 18 years, before I started my factory career, my brother was still to this day is a bartender / waiter. He was a waiter at first. He became a bartender. Now he's a front house manager and the bar manager at a place. Anyway, but that is part of the thing. Waiters see people all day. It's just like when you go to like Kmart. Well, Kmart's not around anymore. Anyway, when you go to Target or what have you, it's a retail job in a way because you're dealing with that stuff. Yeah. And so they get tired. Waiters get a lot of times they want to just dish it back. I mean, I'm not saying that's what that waiter done to you, but I'm just saying sometimes they just get tired of it. You know what I mean? And they just want to reverse the roles. And they just want to have fun with it. I've
been there. I've been there in the security business. I've been there. But do you think Steve deserved the dishing out? Did Steve do anything wrong? How about we ask that to you? Is there any way you can correct the actions of Steve going forward?
Well, I just don't think that Steve did anything wrong. I'm just saying in majority is just that when you're going to a restaurant, you as a person should expect. I mean, I don't know exactly what all happened. It sounded like the waiter guy was trying to do some jokes or what have you, whatever. He's probably trying to get a tip, and they didn't hit, and he realized they didn't hit, so then he probably became sassy.
He's bombing. He's bombing at producer Steve's family.
Probably realized that it didn't work out, and he's like, But when people go to restaurants, they should expect, especially a classy restaurant, they should expect long wait times.
Yeah.
Service is not always going to be great if they expect to go at a busy time.
Yeah, I don't.
The waiter's got 11 things he's trying to do.
Okay, yeah. By the way, you're not saying anything I think that's incorrect, Cal. I think you're absolutely saying truth. Steve, follow-ups. Was this a busy time? Was this in the bar area? Did you take a high top or was it a table?
This is a regular table. We're aware of our situation having a toddler and a baby, right? So we go a little early. We get there before the rush. As again, part of me trying to be a decent person in that regard. It's also just easier when you have kids to get there before it's busy, right?
Right.
But no, I didn't give this guy any lip. I wasn't like being a smartass or anything. He started the relationship with the condescending attitude and the whole like I'm going to be funny by like telling you how shitty my job is. Right. And then he just kept going down that hole, and then he just started making fun of my beer selection, which I got a Modelo. I didn't think there was anything weird about getting a Modelo, but he called it water. and 3 times, by the way. And then it was just like the snickering, looking at my wife, laughing, and it's like, oh, hey, let's look back at
he was trying.
Dad
He was trying to team up. He was trying to team up.
Right.
Go
he was
on,
trying
Dad.
to send that energy my way. Right.
Okay.
And I didn't do anything to deserve it, Ken. But I still tipped him 25% because I'm a good human being, and I also used to be a waiter, and I'm a sucker, and I always give people a good tip.
Okay, so there you go. There you go. Okay, well, Cal. Yeah,
Steve,
Cal. Final thoughts here. Cal.
The final thought, Steve, I appreciate that you sucked that up because that is messed up. To make fun of a man's beer choice, which has happened to me, numerous times, out on dates, mind you, where I order a PBR because PBR Light wasn't invented.
Here I am provided for my family.
When I order a PBR and somebody makes fun of me for my choice or makes a comment, a waiter makes a comment about my choice of beer, I take that as very offensive. You see what I'm saying? They offer it.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm buying it. They should be happy that I'm buying something besides water. But no, I get that. I'll take offense to that, and I'm sorry that happened to you.
I did see. I think Cal, you did good. You did good defending waiters everywhere there. All right, Cal. Thank you much. I'm glad you're back. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll leave you alone.
All right. I don't even know what that last sentence was. Okay. You're good. All right. We got to go. I got to go. I'm going to go have some fun tonight. You also have fun tonight because, hey, this is all we got right now. But continue to be plugged in. Continue to follow along. Continue to talk to those people in your life that need to be talked to. Steve, thank you for the Pope game. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry about your experience at Chili's. Now I want to go get a 2 for $47. We'll see you all next time here. Back Monday night. Bye.